Okay, so welcome back once again. We're going to dive a bit deeper into the mysteries. We've done a very brief overview of it, and we're going to dive a bit deeper into the mysteries. So, Peter, let's get going with the British zodiac. Talk to me about, we talked about heaven and earth, so how does this fit with the zodiac and the British zodiac, which is something in particular I know that you have really been quite foundational in bringing back into our awareness?
Yeah, so by British, it's a name I've coined really, but I'm referring to the landscape of Britain. By Britain I'm referring to Roman Britain, which is now England and Wales.
Yeah.
But it's Britain as distinct from Scotland and Ireland. And, you know, the wisdom is in the earth, it's in the land, so that's what always interested me, you know, right from a young age. I always wanted to be an architect and went further than that, or started doing what I'm doing now. But, you know, wherever we are, in a room for instance, especially with other people, it changes how we feel.
Yes.
And that feeling then can change our thinking and our behaviour. And I've watched that very carefully. So, very simple thing, if you stand in a circle, makes a difference to how you behave and how you feel, where you are in that circle.
And I've done this exercise with you, I mean, many years ago, and it was a real eye-opener as to how different the different points of the compass effectively, what it brought through in you.
Yeah, because wherever you stand in space or sit in space, if you're in a circle, where you sit, you're related to that particular direction in relation to how the planet is and so on. And you're affected by it.
Yeah.
And there are certain key positions for teaching, and other key positions for listening and responding and so on like that. Some people feel comfortable in one place, but not in another, and vice versa. So, yes, I've done exercises where you get everybody comfortable, feel happy, then they'll start to relate to each other in the right way and have a conversation rather than an argument. So you take time getting people to find out where they are comfortable sitting. Yeah. And eventually one can work it out with everybody's agreement. Sometimes it takes time. Sometimes it's quick.
And the more conscious people are, the more they work consciously with this, the quicker it is really. Because they tune in and they know where their body wants to go.
But most people say, you know, they come thinking, oh, it doesn't matter two hoots. But once they start this exercise, and they find, God, it matters a lot. Yes. You know, really important.
Yeah, it is an eye-opener, as I said.
Well, if you take the circle, it's a simple example of it. The circle is a fundamental geometric form of nature everywhere. Yeah. You know, if you drop a pebble in water, it makes circles going out, for instance. And so it forms the universe. We're all made of geometry, geometric form. We're all mathematical, really, from that point of view. We're made up of geometry and the proportions that gives, which gives you the numbers and so on. And so number and geometry is mathematics, and that's what we are really, as forms, which express the wisdom. And so the circle with the centre is the most fundamental geometric form of the universe, and that in Greek, the circle or wheel of life, as it's also called in English. You know, the circle could be a wheel when it spins. In Greek, that's zodiac. Zodiac means wheel of life. Yes. And in Sanskrit, it's chakra. Chakra means wheel of life. Yep. And what they teach in the Vedic teachings, Hindu teachings and so on, is that, you know, chakras start to shine with light when they start spinning, turning. So the circle becomes a wheel. It has to be a movement in it, one way or the other. So that's a big secret of life, you know. And how to activate your circle, yourself. Yeah. Anyway, these circles appear in us. We have chakras in us. You know, we have 7 major chakras, as it's taught, which comes from the idea we have a head, a chest, and an abdomen, 3 main areas. Draw those as 3 circles. You've got 3 centres, and you've got top and the bottom, and you've got the meeting points of the circles.
Yeah.
So it's 7 focal points going up, 7 major chakras coming from the 3. And overall, we can put one big circle completely around us, which unfolds what's called our aura, particular aura. Well, that's a fundamental pattern you find in all forms of life.
Yeah.
It's there everywhere, including land.
Yes.
And that's what I started to see when I, was still a student at university, walked down the land, and suddenly tuning into the land, I suddenly saw.
And of course, if you think of Mother Earth as a sentient being, and you think of the land and nature as sentient, why wouldn't it? If this is fundamental to life, why wouldn't it have that?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And for me, I without knowing it in those early days, I actually was following Bacon's method. I saw these things. I thought, well, is this true or is this fantasy? So I wanted to see if anybody else had seen these things and so on. Then I discovered that the Celts were really into landscape zodiacs. They discovered them or laid them out all over the place, wherever they were.
Magnificent.
And one of the major places that can still be discovered is what I call the British landscape zodiac.
Yeah, because I mean, as a country as such, it's still relatively intact because it's an island.
That's right. And then there's also an Irish one. There's more records of the Irish one.
Yeah.
And there's also one in Scotland, which took several decades to discover that one, because it's not recorded well.
Yeah.
But the Irish one is well recorded, and the British one took a bit more effort.
Yeah.
But it's there, and people used it.
Yeah.
And they used it right from the Celts, through the Roman times, the Norman times, right up into the Shakespeare-Bacon times. And I think they still using it in the 18th century. Then we had our materialistic dark time come in.
Yes.
But now we can recover it and use it. But in the British zodiac, the centre of that, British landscape zodiac, the centre is High Cross, always known as the central Britain.
The centre of Britain, yeah.
And that's where the Watling Street and Fosse Way cross.
Yeah. So you've got this.
It crosses on a high hill, a gentle sloping hill, but it's high. Yeah. And you get a 360-degree view all the way around from up there. If the buildings were one or two houses in the way. But you imagine without the houses in the original days, it's fantastic.
Yeah. And this once would have been a very sacred.
Very sacred place, yes.
It's very abused now, unfortunately,
very
isn't
abused. The Celts laid out the roads first, and then the Romans paved them.
Yeah.
And gave them Roman names. The Watling Street's now mainly the A5 route, and the Fosse Way still roughly exists.
Yes.
But they're major, and it's on those two routes that the main mythology of this country is associated with those routes. The Watling Street one, it comes all the way down from Snowdonia and actually crosses to Ireland, but Snowdonia all the way down to London, because it doesn't go straight across, it actually bends at High Cross down to London. You got, for instance, the story of the great god Bran, and his head, and his head's supposed to be buried. He was the god of northern Wales, so of Holyhead and so on, and but his head was symbolically, or actually, brought all the way down to London. It was buried underneath the hill on which the Tower of London is built, Tower Hill. Yeah.
And he's the guardian, isn't he?
And he's the guardian of the whole of Britain, according to the myth. And where the head was brought down Watling Street, the people carrying it had to stop at all the castles on the way. These were Celtic forts and so on. And these were later called the Grail castles.
Yes.
Most famous one being Llangollen, where the king there is called called Bran or Bron, after the god. Yeah. And he's known as the first guardian of the Holy Grail, or Fisher King.
Yes,
he's
so it links so many.
First king. So all the Grail legends, originate from the Celtic story from here, but then were Christianised and brought into.
Just diving into this, it takes you to places that you can't imagine to begin with.
I know,
it's a mystery.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, it is.
And then when you come, right up to Bacon's time, which is Shakespeare's time, suddenly, after years and years of research, it's taken really, and you suddenly go, oh God, that's why they did this, that in those places. So it's why Shakespeare's called the Sweet Swan.
Yeah.
Because Stratford upon Avon was set up to be the focus of all the Shakespeare plays, which it is. It's been functioning for a long time. Brings pilgrims for Shakespeare, love Shakespeare works, come from all over the world, bringing their love.
Yeah, for hundreds of years.
Hundreds of years. To that spot, which marks, in terms of the British zodiac, it's the star Deneb in the swan, Cygnus the swan, of the British zodiac.
Yes.
No wonder it was chosen.
Yeah, and the swan is the bird of Apollo.
That's bird of Apollo. It also is Dionysus in his ascended state.
Yes.
And later on in the Christian mysteries, Jesus made the same. He was symbolised as the swan in his ascended form. He was the same as Dionysus. Dionysus means son of God.
Yeah. So it's, people who had this awareness of the zodiac and how the landscape gave meaning to what was done on it, very deliberately, set things up in such a way that the man from Stratford fronted up these plays and they continue to broadcast in the most beautiful manner all around the world, working their magic.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's
I love it.
Yeah.
I just love it.
I know. And there's so much more to it than just that, but that's a little inkling of what lies behind all these things.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the British Zodiac. Now, I know you've done a study paper on the British Zodiac, so for anybody watching, there is a study paper that goes into some detail of this and gives some pictures of this. So, yes, go to the website, more can be found there. But we shall be back for the next stage of looking into the mysteries. Thank you, Peter.
Thanks, Sarah.